guys doing? Alright, this is our intro for work safety. My name is Coach Charles.
My name is Anthony Malovich.
And today we're going to be talking about work safety, or safety in the workplace. Now the first slide is notice do not block door. That's a sign, and what that means is basically if you're blocking, if you see that sign, that means don't block the door, because obviously if you do, you can get in trouble, and it basically means that just don't do it. Don't put anything in between there. Don't block the door, or else you can get in trouble. Now the next one is the do not enter sign, and what that means is once you see it, don't go through it. I'll give you an example. If you see that sign, it means just don't enter it, because it's an unauthorized place. So that basically means you can't go through it. So once you see it. Now the third one is the emergency sign. Once you see that, if you're like in danger or if you're hurt, just dial it, call 911. One of the operators will be standing by to assist you, and they'll be able to help you out. And the next one is the employees must wash hands before going back to work sign. That means if you're an employee, if you work at a job or a workplace, like for example a kitchen, and you're like a chef, and you need to wash your hands before you go back to work, because one, you can contaminate the food, you can spread bacteria. We all have bacterias and all that other stuff, and things that we touch can spread. So you want to make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly with water and soap, because if you don't, you can spread your bacteria and diseases onto the food or wherever the last place that you touched. So it's very important to wash your hands. Now the next one is the first aid sign. What that means is if you're hurt or injured, you can just go to that, and if you see a sign like that, that means it's a sign that can offer you help. So if you had a cut, or if you had a scrape and there was blood or anything like that, then you can just go get help. There's medical supplies, medical kits, there's bandages, ointments, all the stuff that you need is found there. Now the next slide that I want to go through is the in case of fire emergency slide, and I'll pass it on to Anthony.
Okay, pretty much if you're ever in case and there's a fire, whether it be this building, whether it be outside, whether it be at the workplace, anywhere in general really. For instance, if there was a fire alarm in here, you would have to first find out, like, let's say I knew where CJ is, but I didn't know where Dakota is. But then we went to the elevator and we basically try to get on it. That's going to bring a bigger problem. That's going to make sure that we're not actually going to be, we might even be stuck in the elevator. That could be a big instance in that zone's regard. You always don't want to be too cocky and say, or too honcho and say, okay, I can do this, because let's say I get on the elevator and I get stuck. Well, if you do that, then you're going to put your own self in danger and say, I'm on this elevator, now I'm stuck, now I got to wait for paramedics to come, maybe I can't even get off this elevator, maybe they got to go through the wiring up on the ceiling, but that's the number one thing. I don't recommend taking the elevator in case there's a fire. I always say take the stairs, because you always want to live to see another day, and that's in general, whether the workplace, the school, in your daily life, whether it be in the grocery store, anywhere, pretty much. And that is the next slide. This one basically talks about do not drink the water. There's poisonous stuff in the water, in certain places in work site. I feel that you got to basically know what's contaminated and what's not contaminated. If you're drinking the water, you're putting your own body in risk by drinking it. Whenever you see this sign, basically just follow the directions. Do not drink the water.